We are live.
We're getting old. We're doing stuff during the day.
I know. It's not we're getting old. It's our kids are doing too many things.
Yeah, tonight's parent-teacher conferences.
Oh, yeah.
And so with the last thing that happened with school, I didn't want to flake out on you again. So I just wanted to make sure that I thought we could do it because it only lasts till 7. But then I realized, once I get home, got to make sure the other 2 kids have eaten dinner, getting ready to make sure all the school stuff got done, getting ready for bed, all that crap. So I'm waiting for that point where you don't have to worry about getting kids to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they just know to get to bed on their own, other than I guess you telling them to go to bed. But
yeah, our house is kind of that way. We get to the point where it's about 8:30, and everyone kind of heads upstairs, and then they just go to bed whenever.
See, my oldest he's awesome about it. He just knows because he's tired. He's like, I'm tired because his day starts so early, because he has a class before school even starts. So by that time, he's just done at that point. But the other 2, they'll just fight and fight and fight, and they'll stay up as late as you. Like, if you never said anything, late as humanly possible, and then the next morning, complete zombies. I'm just done with it. I'm just done with all of it, man. But so before we get going too much, though, what will be the beer this evening, or what would have been the beer this evening?
It's Second Shift Brewings Art of Neurosis IPA.
Art of Neurosis. Okay.
Yes.
A little Halloween-y, I guess. There's a little bit of Halloween.
A little bit.
So
I've not had it in a while, but they just started canning it again, or at least I just saw it out in cans again, so I went ahead and grabbed a 4-pack. 7.6 APV.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What did we make our standard for Spirit World? Is it 10%?
Yeah, I think once we get up into double digits.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's still good. 7% still. That's it's not your normal lager or anything like that. That's like 3 or 5. So that's
no,
good.
This is like 2, and I'm done for the night.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm getting old.
Yeah. So anything going on in your world?
No, not really. Just the usual child chauffeur thing.
Yeah, I get that. God, I just feel so done with that too. But let me think. I don't think I have anything to share. I don't think it's just I think we've been meeting too often to let any drama happen in between sessions of going through this podcast. So I'm just trying to just trying to slug through the school year. I'm sure I'll have something after tonight with parent-teacher conference, because my God, I'm sure you guys. Do you guys have, with the public school, do they have like a system where you can go in there and see all their grades and their homework assignments is all online for them now too?
Yep. And
do they get laptops from the school district as well?
Yeah. Once they get into middle school, they get Chromebooks.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. Okay. So everyone's doing the normal same thing, but our system that we use, the software we use for the grading and assignments and all that, it's the worst I've ever been a part of. It's awful. It's absolutely garbage. Because no one knows how to use it properly, and it doesn't record things correctly, and each teacher is doing their own unique thing with it versus everyone using a standard format of how to do it. I'm about to lose it, man. I feel so bad because I don't want to be helicopter. I don't want to micromanage, but my son says, "Oh, I'm so thankful you said something because I almost forgot something." So it's like you look in there and you're like, "Well, what happened with this? What happened with that?" So one day he'll say, "Oh my God, I'm so thankful." Then the next day it's like, "God, yeah, you always got to be up in my business, man." And I'm just like, "You tell me what you want me to do, man. You tell me what you want me to do. I'm trying to be a good parent. At least I'm here and present."
Exactly. Yeah, because we go in and we check maybe once a week, make sure everything got turned in. Because really, our kids can turn anything on up until the test.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why isn't this assignment in? Oh, I forgot about it. We'll get it done and get the points for it. Don't be stupid about it.
It's such that's one of the biggest struggles ever. Just turn it in, and then it's like, well, I did turn it in. I'm like, well, how do I know that you did? Show me here where it shows that you turned it in. And the thing is, he goes, oh, on mine I can see it, on yours you can't, or something like that.
Yeah.
There's 2 different versions. There's a parent version that we have of the software, and then there's the actual student version, and it is different. I looked at it on his; it did.
Oh wow!
Like, how am I supposed to, do this correctly? Dude, I'm telling you, it's just, I can't wait to lay in a couple of these teachers tonight. Maybe not lay into them, but just very passionately state my displeasure, I guess, if I could say it that way, with this freaking new system. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Cannot stand it.
We aren't even doing the parent-teacher conferences this year because everything seems to be going good so far.
Yeah, and I think that's the only reason why we are going, is to say, hey, this is our biggest problem.
Yeah.
Is trying to, when we're trying, because again, we were trying to do the whole just check it once a week because we want them to take ownership of their own education, right? But then we didn't, we like, okay, we'll go a week. And all of a sudden, their grade goes from a passing grade to, oh my God, you're barely passing.
Yeah.
What happened? And then when we do that, they go, oh yeah, because they won't tell us anything. They don't, unless you dig and ask. Nothing gets every night at dinner. So what do you learn at school? Tell us what's going on. All that stuff. Nothing going on. It's like, oh my God. But I think it's the same complaint every parent has across across the board.
Yep.
It has to be. So I don't know. Oh, and then here we go. Look at that. Good old Israel and Palestine. That's dominating the world these days.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Deadpool.
Actually,
right?
But before we get into the topic, I do have a couple of news things that we can go over.
Okay. What you got?
So, with the writer's strike over, everything's getting going again.
Sure.
Marvel let go of the whole writing room for Daredevil Born Again. They're going to start fresh.
Whoa, that's big news. I didn't see anything about that. Where'd you get that news clip from?
Popped up in my Facebook feed from comicbook.com, I think.
Really? I didn't see anything on that. That had to be super recent, right?
Last couple days.
Really?
Yeah, because they also announced that Kristen Ritter is going to be back as Jessica Jones for the series.
Well, why wouldn't she be?
Yeah.
Were they looking to recast her or something?
No, I don't know if they knew exactly who they're bringing back because there's been nothing on Foggy or Karen coming back.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
But Bernthal was supposed to be back as Punisher.
Yeah, we did hear that. Yeah, that's not new. That's not new news.
Right.
But yeah, no, one day ago, I'm seeing it here, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Verge, Vulture, Deadline, and D'Onofrio weighs in on Daredevil Born Again's reset. I guess we could go into that a little bit, I guess. But as long as it's still active, an active idea, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still want there to be Daredevil. I really, really want Daredevil.
Yeah.
So,
and this is like the iconic storyline, but I don't see how they could do it without Karen Page.
But it's such an adult topic, I guess.
Yeah.
And remember, this is Disney Marvel now. I don't know if they'll go that route, but they're allowing Deadpool, right? So
right.
They'll get away with Deadpool. I guess it's a open.
Well, and the app has parent restrictions on it too, where
you
can set up the account so you can watch anything they have, or you can set it up where it's like PG level and kids can't get in and see Deadpool and the Netflix shows.
Yeah, I like this tweet I just read from some. I don't have a clue who this guy is because I have an idea that would fix and improve the Daredevil Born Again issue. Marvel Studios should make it Daredevil Season 4 and just bring back the Season 3 team. That easy. I mean, I don't disagree with them. Just if it wasn't broke, why are we fixing something that wasn't broke? So, and I like this next one, Daredevil Born Again. Again. Oh, Lord. I just hope we get it. Gosh. Well, how far is it going to push that out now?
I don't know. They pulled it off the schedule completely.
Yeah. Well,
and that was during the strike, so I don't know. I haven't heard anything about updating it, what they're going to do.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that's news. That's definitely news. I'm sad about it because sooner the better. I'd love to see it, but of course I want it to be good. And if it just wasn't right, I wonder what it was about, though. There's got to be a story behind the story, obviously, right? And we're not going to get to know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if it was going the Blade route where people read it and they were unhappy with it and they decided just to scrap it and go fresh.
But who's in charge on the TV side? Because I know Jeff Loeb was at one point.
He was.
At least he was for the animated, right?
Yeah, it's all under Kevin Feige now.
And so he's the guy in charge, and so he's reading the script and he's giving it the green light, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I'm glad if it wasn't what he wanted, yeah, I trust his judgment. I mean, what would lead you not to, except for, well, I don't know if we can say that anymore. Did you give him the green light or the pass on everything, even after what we've been seeing from what are we phase 4 right now, right?
I think we're technically phase 5.
We're okay. So Quantumania was the beginning of phase 5.
I believe so.
Okay. I mean, like you said, you texted earlier, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's probably the best we've gotten.
Yeah.
But that seems like that's a franchise that's going, that was it. That was done. So we got the best of the wrap up, basically. Yep. You got to wrap it up and that's it. But as far as, we don't know if that's the last Ant-Man. We'll see. There's no excitement about the Marvels. I don't think anyone's truly looking forward to it.
I think there's a small segment of fans that are.
Okay. Are you super jazzed for it?
Not really. I'm more excited about Loki right now.
And well, the first episode just hit last night, right? Or today? It comes out on Thursdays, I guess.
Last week.
Oh, it was last week when it came out?
Yeah, the first one came last week. Next one comes out like 6:30 tonight.
Okay, they put it out. Okay, they don't do the whole it's Wednesday at midnight, and so it's technically Thursday thing.
Yeah, well, they changed it with Ahsoka because it was supposed to come out Wednesdays, and then they started coming out 6:30 on Tuesday.
Gotcha.
And then when they switched this back to Friday, they said no, it's actually Thursday night.
Yeah, no, Phase 5, we haven't watched any Phase 5 except for Guardians and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Those are the only two. So let's go back to Phase 4.
Okay.
Phase 4 is what I'm going to do here.
Because Phase 4 was just set up for the most part.
Okay, so Phase 4 in chronological order.
Okay.
I Am Groot, which is fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun little cartoon. Black Widow, me and my opinion on that. Loki. Loki's fun. WandaVision's fun. The What If, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. Now that I've sat with it longer, kind of a disappointment to me. What didn't get much out of it.
Like everything else, though, it was more set up for what's coming.
Sure. Shang-Chi, enjoyed it, but whatever.
It might have been one of my favorite movies out of that phase.
Eternals, couldn't stand it. Didn't think it was good at all.
I thought it was okay. It was what it was.
Spider-Man No Way Home. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm looking through just Phase 4, mind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Hawkeye. Loved Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Moon Knight, didn't like it.
It was okay.
Doctor Strange, whatever.
I was disappointed in it. I had higher expectations.
She-Hulk had its moments, and of course, the only reason why I like that. So, Ms. Marvel. Okay. Well, I mean, again, as you can see, I'm just nothing on here makes me go, God, I love this.
Yeah.
Because Werewolf by Night, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was a little different. Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah, okay, whatever. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, let down, but we were always going to be let down by that because it's not really what they wanted to do.
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which was great. That was fun. I actually enjoyed it. That's makes me happy. That's one thing that makes me light up this whole list. So, out of all of Phase 4, so does he get a pass? Does Kevin Feige say everything's a home run? No, nothing on here is a automatic home run. Except I thought Spider-Man No Way Home was a giant home run. I think I like it a lot more than you do, but
no, I liked it a lot, but
okay.
I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch it. I haven't rewatched it since the theater.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, it still holds up for me, but nothing on here goes, okay, Kevin Feige, you get our undying, fandom where everything is all great. Because, now Phase 5, Guardians, again, I don't know if I can include that, but Phase 5's got a lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to, as long as we get to it, and it's actually going to come out at some point,
So then the way to look at it, though, then would be the Guardians Holiday Special and I Am Groot were both directly from James Gunn. So, he's been responsible for some of the best stuff in 4, and then the best thing in 5 so far.
Yeah, no, completely agree. So then now he's losing his ace.
Yeah,
is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And how is he gonna get this thing back up and running where we care a lot? Because who's directing the Marvels? Is that a Gerwig picture?
No, I don't remember who was. But
directing the Marvels.
So if you look at the first 3 phases, Phase 1 was the weakest of those. And everything just kept building up until you get to the end of Phase 3. And I feel like Phase 4, we're back at the beginning, we're restarting, and everything is going to build up till we get to the end of Phase 6 or 7, Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And so if you look at it that way, it kind of makes sense. And that each phase is just going to build up on the next one. Because they got to a point where you could not make anything bigger than what we saw in Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah. Because, Phase 5 has some potential home runs in here. excuse me. I mean, Deadpool 3 is going to be fun,
yeah.
but I don't know how big of a part it's going to play in the overall picture.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. Marvels, again, whatever. I don't care. Captain America, Brave New World. Interested. Very interested where that's going to go. Thunderbolts, you're going to be a much bigger fan of Thunderbolts than I am, I think. I don't think it's going to do much for me. Now, Blade, that's got all... I love to see Blade. Cannot wait for that to come out. But I just feel like that's... We've been waiting for Blade for, it feels like 10 years now. It just feels like we've had that thing in production forever.
Yes.
Loki season 2. Did you watch the first episode?
We did, and it was good. I liked it a lot.
A lot of setup?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, right off the bat, it goes right into the mystery of the season, so I really... It sucked me in.
And then Echo, how much do you...
I think they're almost punting on Echo because they've cut it down to, I think, 6 episodes, and it's all coming out the same day.
Oh, really? Oh, well, no. Well, they lost the momentum of what she had from Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It needed to come out right after Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And they waited too long. Agatha, Darkhold Diaries, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Man freshman year, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Daredevil's going to get punted. Oh, well, it says 2025 on here. Do you think we'll actually get it in 25?
I'm surprised if we will.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the funny thing in Phase 5, that's it. As far as TV shows and the movies, Blade's the last movie in 2025 that comes out. So that's your film slate for Phase 5. Ant-Man, Guardians, Marvels, Deadpool, Captain America, Thunderbolts, Blade. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure it's going to be great, and we'll be watching regardless.
Oh, yeah.
But, like the Marvels, no. Disney Plus for me. I have no need to go to the theater for that one. Deadpool 3, I'll make it a theater for Deadpool 3. Pretty sure I'll make it a theater for that. Cap, I'll make it a theater. Thunderbolts, probably not. Blade, yes. That's if we make it to 25. If the world's still spinning.
Right. It's a big if.
Yeah. So, sorry, no, I just wanted to touch on that real quick because, that's a big deal with Daredevil getting pushed back. I thought that's a big part of Phase 5. I mean, that's as far as your TV series that are coming out. Which, Spider-Man freshman year is the animated thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't even think it's part of the canon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's going to feature Norman Osborn in it, and they haven't set up a Norman Osborn in this universe.
Right.
And,
yeah. Ooh, how do we do that? I don't like that. You got to have him in the movie first.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's like canon adjacent.
Oh, okay. But here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies slated, which we've gotten 2 of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that, but look, it says secret. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They were supposed to be 8 TV shows. So they're doing 1 for 1 just about. That's almost 1-to-1 ratio. So I don't know. I think Secret Invasion was a big swing and miss. I don't think it was that great. I still haven't watched I Am Groot, but I can probably plow through that pretty quick.
Yeah, that'll take you 10 minutes.
And I think Loki. That's got to be a big setup. That's the setup for everything happening with the Kang stuff. So this has got to be good because it's important to be good.
First episode had Short Round in it.
Nice. That's awesome. So okay, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where things go. And that's big news about Daredevil. I appreciate you sharing that. I had no clue. That's awesome. At least now that I know. Not awesome that it's not coming out, but I feel good that they're not trying to push stuff out that's just not up to par. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's a directive up high saying let's cut back on things, because they did shelve quite a few things that they had announced previously, and I don't know if we're ever going to see them. Like, I'm surprised we're even going to see Echo. I think the fact they got it done is what is the only reason we're going to see it.
Gotcha.
They're not going to go.
They're like might as well. I guess.
Yeah, they're not going to go the Zaslav route and destroy Batwoman.
Yeah. Which you think at some point there's going to be like a release the Bat. They're going to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Well, why not just throw it out there? I think way down the line at some point. But to answer the question from earlier, the Marvels is being directed by Nia DaCosta. DaCosta. I don't know how you want to pronounce that last name.
Yeah.
She is 33 years old and has directed 2 movies.
Yeah.
Before she got the Marvels.
One of them was a decent movie, though, wasn't it? I don't remember.
The one that she's got most notoriety for is it's called Little Woods. It's a crime thriller where she won the Nora Ephron Prize at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Okay.
I've never heard of it, never seen it. That makes me kind of want to see it. But she also directed the Candyman remake.
Oh yeah,
that came out.
Yeah.
I have not seen that, so I can't say one way or the other is it any good or not.
Yeah.
But only 2 movies under your belt, and you get a Marvel movie. We'll see. We'll see.
They're willing to take chances on people, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Trying to think, the Russo brothers hadn't done a whole lot of feature film stuff either when they got.
No, but I think they got their notoriety from Communities, where they got most of their notoriety from.
They were on Community and Arrested Development.
Yeah, so they had something,
Yeah.
But like you said, not much. I guess, but I don't know.
Not for something of that scale.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but they knocked it out of the park, so we'll see how she does.
Yeah.
We'll see. So, anyway, what other news bits did you have?
Comic book writer and artist Keith Giffen passed away.
Yeah, I saw that posted yesterday.
Yeah.
He was only, 7 years old?
Something like that. He had a stroke. He was known for creating Lobo and Groot. Or no, Lobo and Rocket.
Yeah.
And then he had a pretty influential run on Justice League, where they did Justice League International, Justice League Europe, where it was more comedy-based than action Justice League like we're used to, but it was pretty well regarded at the time. That was one of the...
also giving him credit for being a co-creator of Jaime Reyes.
Yes. So, in recent years, I guess his biggest thing, he wrote the Annihilation series from Marvel that really set up the modern Guardians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, only 70. That sucks.
Yeah.
That's not awesome.
Yeah.
Because that seems so young these days.
It really does. But
he just had one stroke, and that was it.
Yeah. He had it on the 9th and passed away on the 10th. But Jesus. The funny thing was, I don't know if you saw what his family posted on his Facebook page. I'm pulling it up real quick. Got to get to it first. It was in that article I sent you last night about him. He was supposed to be at New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
And in this last post, it was done 18 hours ago, and it says, "I told them I was sick. Anything not to go to New York Comic Con. Thanks, Keith Giffen, 1952 to 2023. That was his sense of humor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of tweets from the, like Dan Jurgens, Jeff Lemire, Gail Simone, Robert Liefeld, Tom King, Jim Lee, J.M. DeMatteis, or however you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Matthias. So, yeah, no, it's just, yeah, it seems like everyone had nothing but great things to say about him.
Yeah.
I don't remember, like, of course the name was familiar, but if you were to tell me, hey, what was his one thing that you read where you're like, oh yeah, that was the, I couldn't name anything off the top of my head there where it's like, yeah, that one specific run on a specific book. Yeah. I don't think I could name it for him. But yeah, no, totally familiar with him.
Yeah. Late 80s, early 90s Justice League.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh boy. So 70. Jeez.
Yeah.
That sucks. All right, thanks for depressing the whole podcast. This is awesome. We're off to an awesome start today about Daredevil's not happening. This dude's dead. All right, what's the next downer you got for me?
We're going nowhere but up now.
Okay.
All right.
What do you got?
Okay, so New York Comic Con also announced that there is a new studio coming out that's going to be through Image. It's called Ghost Machine.
Okay.
It's being launched by Brian Hitch, Jason Fabuk, Peter Tomasi, Francis Manipool, Gary Frank, Maytal Juge, Lamont McGee, Brad Meltzer, and Jeff Johns.
Oh, that's some big names right there.
Yes. And so it's making me wonder, is Jeff Johns done with DC, or is he going to keep writing there?
Ghost Machine, first kind of created their own co-op media company launched at New York Comic Con.
So apparently they're going to have like 4 shared universes within this imprint, and it's going to be a media company rather than just comics. So when they make their books and they license them out, they're going to be in charge of making shows and movies and everything else from that. So I probably more like Kirkman's studio.
Skybound.
Yeah, but but these guys are going to, like, from the beginning be in the production of making everything.
Hold on. There's some names I don't think you said. Jason Fabok. Did you say his name?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Tomasi. That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
they got some of the who's, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Look at that.
So the New York Times article I saw about it said they're going to, like, revitalize comics. And I'm like, reading it, and I'm like, well, they're going through Image, so it's not like it's a new version of Image.
Yeah.
Because that's what I pictured when I read the initial article. But then when you get in and see, like, they're trying to do all the media, yeah, starting a company to do that is kind of revolutionary for comics, but at the same time, you have Millar that's kind of got his own studio doing it. You've got Kirkman doing it already. So,
well, Kirkman, I guess, is he more of a Amazon, like Skybound and Prime are hand in hand, because Millar was supposed to be hand in hand with Netflix. It's sounding like, okay, if the Ghost Machine, it would sound like if you want to watch. Okay, so let's say Tomasi and Fabok, let's say they get together and they create a book, and the book's huge, and they go, okay, we want to do an animated something.
Yeah.
It sounds like you had to go to ghostmachine.com in order to watch it. Or they're going to team up with a distributor that you can actually stream it from. They're going to go and team up with Hulu, or they're going to go and team up with something else. Or is it truly, hey, Ghost Machine and Image, you can go to Image's website, pay $10 and watch the entire series kind of thing?
My guess is they'll probably go to a streaming service, but I think this will give them more control over making these things.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Kirkman did a lot with Walking Dead, but I don't think he had any. I think they let him have say. They had control over what they were doing.
Yeah, here you go. The 4 shared universes of character-centered titles, including Geiger, Redcoat, Rook, Exodus, The Rockefellers, and more. Are these books that are already out?
The Geiger book is already out. They did that in 2021, and they're doing another, like, 2-issue series of it before they do a.
Yeah, I'm reading that here right now.
Ghost
Geiger
Machine
Ground
book.
Zero by Johns and Frank. Anytime Johns and Frank get together, that's a good team.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, so even more media it's for us to have to try to keep up with.
Well, and here's the other thing. There's going to be a horror universe in it, but they haven't announced anything with it because the creators are still tied to other companies.
Let's see.
So there are more names coming.
That means Snyder. Snyder's coming.
Maybe.
Who else is a horror writer? Lemire, maybe.
Lemire.
He's a little bit of horror.
Or Tinian.
Tinian. Yep, Tinian's a horror writer. So I think I get it. This makes sense off the back end of the writer strike.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just like, look, we need to keep as much ownership of everything we've got to make as much money as we can while we still can.
Well, and that was one of the things that was brought up in the initial article I saw. Meltzer was talking about how the rights for Superman were sold for like $138 to DC back in 1938.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Yeah. So, no, this all looks cool. I mean, this is stuff so I'm curious. Okay, so it's an Image book, but then it'll have a Ghost Machine print on the front page of the book somewhere, I guess?
Yeah, because that was been the big thing with Image since they were created. Everyone had like their own studio. So like Jim Lee had Wildstorm and Silvestri had Top Cow. Yeah. And you could either have your own studio and just do your own thing, or you could just have a general book that they produce. So like all the fraction stuff.
Well, that's interesting seeing John's kind of pull away from DC a little bit there.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's because he's a DC guy through and through.
Yeah, because
I thought if anything he would take a tour at Marvel, just to refresh his career a little bit.
He did that though in the 90s, and it didn't really go over very well.
Okay, so he did his time there.
Yeah, because he had a run on Avengers, and I was really excited for it, and I started reading it. I'm like, I don't feel like I need to read this.
Wasn't what you expect. But no, this is big news. That is big news out of New York Comic Con. Look at that. All right. Let's see. What else is the big news out of New York Comic Con?
I don't know. I haven't really looked too much. I figure since it's just starting, though, I mean, we probably.
Oh yeah, it is just starting. It's 12th to the 15th, so we'll have a lot more news next week then.
Yeah. Just that was the quick thing to pop up.
If you Google NY Comic Con,
yeah,
one of the first pictures is a dude in a Cyclops outfit cosplaying. It's just funny. I don't know why it's making me laugh so much. It's just a dude sitting on the floor up against a window with a bottle of Diet Coke next to him, just browsing his phone with a mask on.
That's funny.
I'm just like, that's not very Cyclops of you, sir. And you don't quite have the physique of a Cyclops either.
No, but those are some of the best costumes.
Let's see. The New York City Comic Con kicks off with a business focus and fan favorites. So yeah, business. Got to keep that money in their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked, Back to the Future, Death Note, and more. Join Playbill at New York Comic Con. Is there a Back to the Future musical coming out or something?
I have no clue.
Because when I see Playbill, that makes me think Broadway.
Yeah.
So okay. Now I gotta click the link. I'm clicking the link, dude.
Oh man, you want to know the guest of honor this year for it?
Who?
Chris Evans.
Okay.
Ewan McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Cool.
Tom Hiddleston.
Nice.
God, I wish we could get people like that.
Let's see. We get nobody, dude.
No.
When they come to St. Louis. Hold on. I gotta find this Back to the Future thing because Wicked is definitely a musical.
Yeah. Unless they're doing an Ewok musical.
Oh, good Lord. I don't see anything about Back to the Future. Hold on. October 4th includes Death Note the musical. Isn't Death Note like a big manga or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. And they had a series on Netflix, I think.
I'm still... The return of the big Broadway nerd panel kicks off this weekend. Jelani Remy, Back to the Future. Moving to Friday, Broadway's Back to the Future will be subject at hand for an October 13th panel at 12 noon. Cast members Roger will share how the classic film was adapted for the Broadway stage.
Oh, wow. Guess Broadway's struggling for ideas, too.
There's a Back to the Future musical. Oh, my God. This makes me laugh so hard. That's so dumb. I'm sure it's fine.
But you know what? If it came like to the Fox, you'd probably go see it.
No, I don't think so. You know how I don't leave my house very much.
If you left your house,
I'd be curious more than anything. I think I'd be curious.
I'd have to be the guinea pig.
Wow. Get away from me. I hate that they make you want to... They put all these ads in the way of this article. Get out of here. I want to read this article.
Well, at least you can read the article and it doesn't throw up the...
Yeah.
You've used up your free trial period.
Yeah, it says, let's see. This is from Forbes.com. Yeah, like you said, Evans, McGregor, comic creator Jenny Friesen? I don't know who that is. Rachel Smythe? Paul Pope? Any of these names?
Paul Pope did some indie comics. Yeah, I'm going through the guest list. There's a lot of people, but I don't know a whole lot of them.
Our increased focus on B2B. What is B2B?
Business to business?
I guess. Oh, the Harvey Awards, which along with the Will Eisner Awards handed out at San Diego Comic-Con are among the oldest and most prestigious honors in the industry. So they're doing the Harvey Awards as well.
Okay.
It takes place tonight. Or sorry, what is today? Today's Friday. Friday is when
tomorrow night. All right. Art Adams, Ashley Eckstein, but they're all in alphabetical order, so it'll take forever to get to anybody because Benjamin Percy, who's doing Wolverine and X-Force right now, which is pretty good. All right. Enough news. Let's get to the main thing.
Sure. All right. What do you got?
So, there have been a ton of Deadpool rumors. Like, this movie is going to touch anything that's ever had Marvel on it, apparently, according to rumors. But the directors come out and said, if you believe all the rumors, you're going to be seriously disappointed.
Oh, okay.
So here's what we know for sure. The characters that are in it that have been confirmed are Deadpool, Colossus, Vanessa, Wolverine, Dopinder, Blind Owl, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Yukio. Peter is back.
Peter's the star of the movie already.
Yes.
Come on, we all know that.
And then Daniel Radcliffe in an unknown role.
That's well, Wolverine-ish, or he'll just be Daniel Radcliffe, and people wanting him to be Wolverine or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's been tied to Wolverine. But I have this giant list of potential cameos we could see in the movie.
Okay.
So here I'm just going to go down the list based off what they're from.
Okay.
From Fox's Daredevil, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, Jon Favreau, and Colin Farrell have all been rumored to be in the movie.
I don't think you're getting Affleck and Garner on the same set.
Probably not. From Deadpool movies, Terry Crews back as Bedlam, Josh Brolin as Cable. There's also the possibility he could show up as Thanos, is something I've seen.
Okay.
Julian Dennison as Fire Fist. Ryan Reynolds as Juggernaut. Here, I'm going to skip most of the names.
Ryan Reynolds is Juggernaut.
He was the voice of Juggernaut in 2.
He did the voice. I didn't remember him doing the voice. Okay.
Yeah. Shatterstar and Zeitgeist being back, and then Brad Pitt might come back as Vanisher.
He was in it for like a half a second, right?
So, something I saw, it's more fan casting than anything, but when Deadpool talks about recasting Cable in future movies, and he lists off a couple people, one of them is, what's her name from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
Oh, Keira Knightley?
Yes. He jokingly said her name, and there's a push for her to show up as Cable.
As Cable? Why is Cable?
Because he mentioned her as a possibility in Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay. Because let's see, Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
A guy named Matthew McFadden as TVA Agent Paradox. Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth.
Yep.
James Marsden coming back as Cyclops. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen for Magneto and Professor X. So that's some of the rumors there. I'm seeing Storm, Halle Berry coming back as Storm. Let's see. Who else do we got here? Who else do you have?
All right. Michael Beaton.
Here we go. Ray Park coming back as Toad.
I had not seen that one.
Yeah.
From the newer Fantastic Four movie, Michael B. Jordan and Kate Mara.
Oh no, no way they would come back for that. No way.
Probably not.
They're trying to distance themselves from that completely.
The main characters from New Mutants might be coming back. Cannonball, Magic, Mirage, Sunspot, and Wolfsbane.
No one saw New Mutants, so they're not going to recognize who they are.
I know. But that'll probably be the joke in the movie then.
Oh my god.
The old
and Dopinder's going to have a huge role in this one too, right? He has
should.
To.
Maybe he takes over the bar for
right?
Weasel because they're not going to bring back.
TJ he's not coming. Yeah, he's definitely not coming back. And I saw the New York Post 1 week ago. Did Taylor Swift hint that she's in Deadpool 3? How is she going to be in Deadpool 3?
So last weekend at the Chiefs game, she was in the box with Sean Levy, the director.
She was. That's right.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, with his wife. Yeah.
There is speculation she could be Dazzler.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
That is too funny.
Yeah. It looks like the main 5 characters from the original Fantastic Four movies might be back. So Julian McMahon is Dr. Doom.
They're not getting Alba back.
Chris Evans might come back.
The commission ain't coming back.
No.
No way.
What else are they doing right now?
Alba's busy being a billionaire. That's what she's busy doing.
Yeah. So as far as the old X-Men movies, you have Beast, Cyclops, Jean, Lady Deathstrike. Magneto is one of the main villains of the movie. Is the rumor.
So are we doing Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe? Is that what we're doing in this one? Is that our inspiration for this thing?
I've heard that as a possibility, and I've heard the possibility that he could be pulled into the TVA and he's going around and correcting anomalies in the timeline.
So we're going to definitely get him making fun of himself again as Deadpool.
Probably.
In the Foxverse. We're definitely getting that, right? So we need to correct that.
Yeah. Well, he kind of already corrected that in the post-credits.
So that's what I'm saying. I think he did. So I don't know if we're going to get that.
But
what do we need to correct?
I don't know.
Daphne Keene's not coming back as 23.
She's rumored to be.
No way.
Yeah. As more adult version,
which would be great. I'm all for it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, Liev Schreiber and Daphne Keene from the Wolverine movies. I mean,
Is Channing Tatum going to appear as Gambit?
There's rumors of it. So
Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, James Martin. We already said that.
Yeah,
we're not getting. No way, Affleck's going to put on the Daredevil costume.
I wouldn't think so, but you never know.
I could definitely see Snipes coming back to be Blade.
Yes.
What else is he doing?
Yeah, and there's rumor that Ryan Reynolds could play Hannibal King again too.
Julian McMahon as Victor Von Doom. Taylor Swift as Dazzler. That's hilarious. She was there.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Oh wow. Are we That's just us reading too much into it, right?
I don't think it's just us. There's a lot of people. I mean, Mark Bernardin talked about it on this last Fat Man Beyond.
Are we going to get Travis Kelce in the movie too now?
Yeah, maybe. So, as far as new characters, Taylor Swift is also rumored for Lady Deadpool.
Okay, that's kind of fun.
Along with Bella Thorne and Blake Lively.
God. What's funny, though, I'm not even joking. There's something posted, I don't know if you saw it earlier, where I guess the Chiefs are in Denver tonight to play.
Yeah.
They're stalking the airport to see if she's showing up or not.
Of course they are.
God, what world are we living in, dude? Unbelievable. So basically any person that's been in a Fox franchise movie is rumored to be in it. So that's all they did. Just take everybody in a Fox film, and that's who's rumored to be. And that's what they're correcting. They're going through correcting all the Fox shit so they can turn it into the Disney stuff.
So it's not just Fox, though. Because, there's rumors of Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, that would be hilarious as Punisher?
Yeah.
Oh, no way they got him to do it. No way.
There's rumors of Eric Bana as Hulk.
What's he been doing lately?
I think he was on a TV show.
USA movies or not USA, Lifetime movies as a killer or something like that. He's available. Dolph Lundgren. Oh, wow. You know how happy I would be if I saw that?
Oh, I know.
Oh, we'll be the only two people in the theater going, yes!
Yeah.
Punisher! What about the other guy? Eric, what's his name? Or not, Thomas Jane. Is he going to be coming back as Punisher?
I haven't heard anything. And unfortunately, they can't get Ray Stevenson to do it now.
Well, yeah, he's out. Yeah. I bet Thomas Jane's got to be a little pissed off because that one little short film he did on his own as Punisher was pretty badass. Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool.
It was. Yeah, the one with Hellboy. I can't think of his name.
Perlman?
Yeah, Ron Perlman.
He was in it? I don't remember him being in it.
He was the guy that was working in the convenience store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be surprised if he did come back because I know he was actually wanted that role to stay his.
Yeah.
But.
There's rumors of Nick Cage as Ghost Rider again.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire and Jared Leto.
Oh, to come back. Oh my God, yeah, that's a big mistake to fix.
Yeah,
because you did watch Morbius. I remember you.
God, it was so
paid
bad.
The price. Is it really that? I started it. I did. I watched 10 minutes and then I just couldn't. I just stopped.
Yeah.
I guess I could always go back and try. I don't know what's on anymore. Is it even streaming anywhere anymore?
I don't know. It was on Netflix for a while. I don't know if it's still there.
Because I know Venom is on Disney Plus right now. I know that.
Oh, is it?
But Venom 2 is not. Yeah.
Right. I have not seen Venom 2. As far as other new characters, there's rumored to be Dakin. But they haven't said who would be playing him.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah. Walker Scobell, he was the kid in the movie with Ryan Reynolds by Sean Levy. The Netflix one, straight to Netflix. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. There's a rumor he could be playing Kidpool.
Kidpool, nice.
Yeah. Singer Melanie Martinez is rumored to be Lila Cheney. She's a intergalactic mutant that travels around playing music. She's a teleporter. She was big in the 80s and 90s X-Men comics. Little known character that nobody would really care about, but just the hardcore people.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey as MODOK.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Although I like the guy that already plays MODOK. I don't need Jim Carrey as MODOK.
Yeah.
Darren was awesome.
Yes.
You know how often our family says that? Like, don't be a dick, Darren. Say it all the time.
You already mentioned Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova, who could be a main villain too. She might also play Monet St. Croix, M from Generation Next. Or Generation X, yeah.
I don't remember that one.
She's been in some of the more recent X-Men comics a little bit. Giancarlo Esposito as an alternate universe Professor X.
Nice, that'd be badass. I like that.
Bringing back Terrence Howard as Rhodey.
Oh no! That's not happening. But no way.
They were joking that he would be from a different Earth, not the MCU one.
That ain't. There's so much bad blood there. I bet. Oh no way! That's never happening.
Ben Stiller is rumored to be playing a random TVA agent.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
As Tom Cruise, though.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller doing his Tom Cruise impression.
Both Daniel Radcliffe and Taron Egerton as Wolverine.
That's awesome.
And then Matthew McFadden as Wild Child. He was kind of the saber-toothed light that was in Alpha Flight for a while.
I'm trying to remember that one. No, I'm not familiar with that character.
So yeah,
are we gonna get Alpha Flight in this movie? You think?
I don't know. It's possible.
I mean, he's so Canadian, right?
Yeah. So rumors of
Radcliffe playing his Puck. Radcliffe is Puck.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Right. See, there you
go. Loki characters are supposed to show up. Mobius, B-15, Miss Minutes, Loki. Tim Robbins could be voicing Howard the Duck again.
Nice.
With Leah Thompson coming back playing her role.
No, getting Leah Thompson back, the duck fucker.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to say that. But that's what she is.
Yep. More old X-Men characters, Mystique, Nightcrawler, Patrick Stewart's Professor X, Quicksilver, Rogue, Storm, Stryker, Sabretooth.
Which Nightcrawler are we getting? Are we getting the kid one, or are we going to get the other one?
Rumors of both.
X2. Rumors of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then from the newer X-Men movies, you'd have Beast, Havoc, Jean, Fassbender's Magneto, Lawrence's Mystique, Nightcrawler, McAvoy as Professor X again, Psylocke, Storm.
You're not, dude. This is.
It's like
why are we even doing this? You might as well name every Marvel character.
I know.
Was no. This is dumb. This is out of hand. And I'll tell you who's probably pumping up these rumors is Reynolds himself. He's like, just say everybody's out there. Just get people talking about it. It's a good marketing ploy.
Oh, yeah.
It's an awesome marketing ploy. I like that.
This is... They could be setting themselves up for disappointment like Doctor Strange 2 did. Where you're going to have these characters from the multiverse and everyone's expecting all these different characters. And when you finally meet them, it's really cool. And then they're on camera for 5 minutes and then done.
Yeah, which sucks.
But at least if they even go with half of these characters, you only need 5 minutes for each one of them.
Well, but it's going to be it's going to be like the calendar scene from the first one where you go through, jump
all the holidays,
and the rumor of him being a TVA agent, right?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Go to each timeline and fix the timeline. Each one you get quick snaps. It's probably right at the end of the movie. Would be what I would think.
Yeah.
So who's our main nemesis in this movie? Who's the villain he's fighting?
The two I hear are Ian McKellen's Magneto and then Cassandra Nova.
Okay. And I'm guessing what they're trying to do is screw with the timeline somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the things I heard is Kevin Feige wanted to do this as a send-off to the actors that were in the Fox movies, specifically the X-Men.
Okay.
So
especially
So seeing those characters is probably a given. It's just everybody else that keeps popping up. I mean, I haven't even touched on the MCU characters, and they're talking like everybody. Like even as far as Robert Downey Jr. coming back for a Iron Man cameo.
How long is this movie supposed to be? It's going to be a 3-hour one?
Yeah.
It has to be if you're going to fit everybody in.
Yeah.
Or if it's Deadpool kills universe, that's awesome. Because that would make sense. He goes, and how does he fix the timeline? He goes and kills them.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. We did it. We wrote it, Jay.
There you go.
Where's our paycheck? We're done. Give me my money.
Which, I'd be okay if they do this like say, look, we're getting rid of the whole Fox universe. This is how we're doing it.
Yeah.
But Secret Wars is supposed to be resetting the MCU, is what the rumor is right now. So I wouldn't touch on the MCU stuff at this point.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward. It'll be fun. It's going to be a fun ride. And then here's the question going forward. Does Deadpool get another solo film after this one? Because this one's going to make all the monies. It's going to make a ton of money.
I think as long as Ryan Reynolds...
Is this it? But you'll still see Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but he'll show up in Avengers and stuff like that.
I think as long as Ryan Reynolds wants to do it, they'll continue making them.
Yeah. And he's not getting any younger either. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, but you don't see him very much because he's under all the prosthetics.
True. So they can just get someone else to do the actual... Yeah, I get that.
And, I mean, it's not like a character like Wolverine where he's been around for hundreds of years and you notice when Hugh Jackman's getting older.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although I can't wait for the first joke about the yellow costume. That's going to be a great joke. I'm curious what it will be.
Yes.
What the fuck are you wearing?
But hey, we're at least getting it this time instead of just seeing it in a suitcase in a post-credit scene.
Right, exactly. Nice. So, all right, that's all fun. I think we could have made that segment a lot shorter, just going, hey, anybody you could imagine? Yep, they're rumored in this film.
Yeah. But I knew you'd get the kick on a Dolph.
I don't think we're getting I don't think we're going to get the original Fantastic Four. I don't think we're getting those guys. I don't think you're getting any of them. Chris Evans, Chris Evans would count because I think you could get him.
Yeah, I think so. He's been rumored to be coming back for all kinds of stuff in some capacity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's had one movie since he left Marvel. Well, no, he had one. I don't know if he was still with Marvel at that point or not. He had the Defending Jacob series on Apple, and then he did the Ghosted movie. I'm trying to think of, has he been in anything else since that?
I don't know.
But it's not like he couldn't take a bunch of time off.
Right. I mean, it's not like he's struggling for a paycheck.
That's what I meant by that.
Yeah. But I did listen to How Did This Get Made, and they went over cellular.
Ooh, nice.
I might have to go back and rewatch that movie because I remember it just being okay, but the way they were ripping on it, I kind of want to see how it is now.
I think if I ever dive back into that podcast, I actually want to watch the movie before the podcast comes out. I actually want to do the homework because that's how he usually does it. Doesn't he do the homework minisode? And say, here, this is what we're going to do, so you can watch the movie before the episode launches.
Yeah. So usually what I do is I just listen to the ones I've seen the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's fun too. Yeah.
So, all right, since Endgame, he's done the Red Sea Diving Resort, Netflix movie. He was in Knives Out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he was in that for a little bit.
Defending Jacob.
Have you seen Defending Jacob?
No, I haven't.
You should. It's really good.
He had a cameo in Free Guy. There's the Ryan Reynolds connection.
There's a connection, yep.
Yeah. Don't Look Up. I never saw that. That was a Netflix movie.
I can't. Not these heavy politicized movies. I just don't want it. I don't need it. Not for me.
Lightyear.
Oh, yeah.
The Gray Man.
Oh, that's right. He was in that. So, yeah, he had a ton of work. Yeah. So, never mind.
Ghosted.
He's been busy.
Pain Hustlers on Netflix. Don't know what that is. Looks like it's a movie, though, with Emily Blunt. A crime drama coming out in a few months.
Okay.
Or it might
be.
So,
he's busy. He's got plenty of work, so it's not like he has to do the Marvel stuff. So, that's good. Good on him.
Yeah. All right. Did you have much homework?
I got a bunch of movies, yeah. I've been crushing through some movies.
Okay, because I have less this week than I have been, so...
Okay.
All right, here, I'll just run through mine real quick. Watched American Made with Tom Cruise.
I saw that it was on Netflix. I want to watch. I've heard good things about it before.
It was
when
crazy.
It came out originally in the theater.
It was crazy. Aaron was off work on Monday because of the holiday. I was not. And so I come upstairs and she's like, "Oh, I'm watching this great movie. You'll really like it." I'm like, "You're watching it without me?" And then I got thinking about it, like, I watch so many movies without her, I can't say anything.
Right, exactly.
It was really good, and it's just crazy that the turns that he just kept happening to him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's based on a true story too, right?
Yes. Said in the 80s, he worked for Pablo Escobar and the CIA, and man, just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, something else happens to him. So,
looking forward. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'm looking forward to it.
So then I found this one actually through Mark Bernard and Kevin Smith, BS High. It's on HBO Max. It's about the bishop.
Was it a documentary?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen it on there. I just haven't clicked the button to watch it.
Oh my God, there's documentaries that make you sick, like the Boy Scout ones.
Mm-hmm.
This is right there with those. Bishop Sycamore High School out of Ohio. He was trying to set up. This guy was trying to set up a school like IMG Academy in Florida, but he didn't make the kids go to school, and he didn't pay for anything. So like he was writing fraudulent checks, and
oh boy,
he didn't have the right players. He had no trainers. So when they played IMG Academy on ESPN, kid gets hurt, tears his ACL. No trainer there to help him.
My God.
It was one of the kids' moms.
Oh no!
Another kid, the quarterback, dislocated his shoulder and popped it in and continued playing for a little while until they finally pulled him out. Well, the backup quarterback was already hurt, so they had a defensive back playing quarterback for a while.
Oh my!
And they had another defensive player come in and play quarterback.
But he sold these families on the fact that they're a different kind of academy, just somewhere else in the country.
Yeah, in Ohio, there were no laws against what he was doing. He ruined a lot of kids' football careers.
Oh my God!
So that quarterback got was going to go to Grambling State, and then they pulled the offer from him because it wasn't an accredited school.
Oh well, they have to. You have to have a diploma from an accredited school to get into the college.
So instead of living on campus, they lived in a hotel.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God! This is nothing like IMG Academy at all.
No. And so they're talking to this guy.
Prep schools. Yeah, no, this is ridiculous.
The guy that running it, he's sitting there meeting with them, and he's like, "No, I cut corners. I didn't have funding for stuff, so we found ways to do it." And like, they showed him clips of the players, and the players like, "He's a piece of crap. He completely lied to us." Guys are like, one guy's like, "I tried to kill myself after this."
Oh my God.
And
what a nightmare.
He stands up and he's like, "Turn off the camera." And he goes out and he like rips into the producer. He's like, "What are you trying to make me look like?" Well, what you are.
What you are, exactly.
So the assistant coach was sitting there with him, and he's
no more. Don't, you're gonna ruin it. I gotta watch it. Watch it. This is good.
We'll have a really good discussion about it next week.
Okay, cool.
And then I just finished watching THX 1138 because it's going off Max.
Oh, the Lucas's first film?
Yeah. It's pretty weird. I could see why it gets acclaim because it was kind of ahead of its time, but it's tough to get through.
Well, that's a Lucas product, so yeah.
Yeah. And then I knocked out 3 graphic novels last week. The first one was The Fall. I saw it at the library. It's an Image book, and it got comparisons to Walking Dead.
Okay.
Except it was about a pandemic.
Oh,
the guy made it close to home. The guy made it in 2021, and this is like, what if the pandemic went the other way, and like tons of people died and turned into like the apocalyptic future, and it was very much in the sense of Walking Dead, where it's not necessarily the pandemic or the zombies that are the bad guys; it's the other people that are trying to survive.
Yeah.
So I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was a solid premise.
It was just it's a one shot, one graphic, and that's it.
No, I think there's I think there's more coming out. They just haven't put them out yet.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I went with Phenomena Volume 1. It's Brian Michael Bendis, but it's not from one of the big companies. It's
from Icon.
No, it's not even them.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I have who it was now. I took it back already. But basically, it's kind of almost fantasy-like. These characters trying to get to this city where the young character is going to find his family, and the one guy's kind of like a Ronin in this society. Interesting. Mm-hmm. 3 stars out of 5. Maybe if the second one comes out, I might get it. Not high on my list of things to read, though.
Bendis striking out again.
Yeah. And then my weekly Lemire read, The Underwater Welder.
Okay. How was that?
Like the other ones, it's kind of a tearjerker. It's about a guy that's kind of losing it a little bit, but it's about him reconciling the the relationship with his father, who mysteriously disappeared when he was a kid, and him coming to terms with being a father and trying to be a better father.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So, is this one that you bought, or is this a library?
Library. Something maybe I'd put on the shelf. It was really good. I don't know if it's something I'd ever go back to read again.
And just a one time, like a one.
Yeah. Okay. It's like 4 issues.
Okay. So quick to get through.
Yeah.
He might just be worth buying everything he puts out, dude.
Oh, I know.
He might just be worth it. As long as you can find a used copy, that makes it a little bit more affordable.
Yeah.
So. Okay. No, that sounds good.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. So that's all your homework?
That's all I got this week.
Okay. Man, I got a bunch of movies. I did get a little bit, just to get the book out of the way. I haven't finished all the Marvels yet. I'm about halfway through. It's interesting. It's a little slow, just because you have to read so many of the footnotes. Reading the footnotes is what's important.
Yeah.
to be honest with you, versus the actual issues he read.
But the good thing about the book, though, is it gives someone that kind of wants to get into specific characters the Cliff Note versions of what to read to get an idea.
And see, I'm not even really that into that part yet. Well, I mean, I guess I'm into Spider-Man because I mean they jumped into Spider-Man early on, which I thought they might save him for later. But really getting into the whole Lee, Kirby, and Ditko, and then those artists that took over. Yeah. After they did it, because man, the more I read this, the more you think, man, a lot of people did not like working with Stan Lee. Yeah. They did not like him. I mean, he's important, but I don't know. Gives you a different perspective for sure. Yeah. And it just makes you feel sad for the artists that they're not given enough credit for what they did for creating characters.
Yeah, because it goes into how they would actually create the books, and he would just add the dialogue based off what they drew.
Yep. Which was the Marvel way, or the Marvel method.
Yes.
Here, I'll give you a generic outline. You draw the whole book. I'll come back in and put in the dialogue. Yep. Which I don't think they do that much anymore. No. Yeah, I think it's back to where when a writer writes a script, it's, hey, in this panel do this, and this panel do that, and this is what we're looking for. But obviously, you as the artist, you have your, creativity, do what you think. But this is what I'm kind of, going for here. But no, it's a good book. I just need to get through it and finish it. I'll probably have it done. I would think by next week or something like that. It's pretty quick read.
Yeah, once you get into the characters, it goes a lot quicker.
Yeah. Let's see. So okay, movie wise, let's see if I can I'll knock out this one real quick because you watched it too. Reptile. I went and watched off your recommendation. Really good. Yeah. Really good murder mystery. Liked it a lot. Del Toro was a producer as well, and actually was given a writing credit too. I just liked it. It was cool. It was a little bit just different, So
yeah, and it felt like halfway through they could have stopped the movie, but it wasn't one of those ones like where it kept going and you're just like, when is this going to end? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have that feeling at all. I just an enjoyable drama that it found its place on Netflix. I don't think it would have done well at the theater, but great Netflix movie. Yeah. Let's see. Where do I want to bounce around from here? The Machine. I think we talked about it last week. I watched that as well. Yeah, it was okay. God. Okay, I want to get to this one for sure. Evil Dead Rise. Okay. Since you're such a big Evil Dead fan. Yeah. This movie's not good. I did not enjoy this. I just didn't. The woman they got to play the main character is the only thing I've ever seen her from is from Vikings. And ever since I saw her on Vikings, I go, yeah, you definitely had the face of a demon. Her eyes are demon eyes. I'm telling you, if you look at her face, you go, she needs to be in horror movies. She has a horror movie face. And she's beautiful. Yeah, don't get me wrong. She's a very gorgeous woman. She's probably a model before she ever did any acting. She's not a great actress by any means. Yeah. But when you look at her, you're like, either you needed to be in Mad Men as just an arm piece for John Hamm, or when what she was in Vikings was basically just a model. That's all she really was. Yeah. Not to begrudge her or anything like that. She's doing what she can with the material that she got, but super gory, super gory. I don't know. Just then, whatever. Maybe. It's not that I hated it. It's just I didn't think it was that good. That's all. Not that, I don't think I can go too deep with it, but then again, I'd be more interested in you watching it so you can give me the mythos of Evil Dead, and say where does this fit in within the whole scheme of that franchise, I guess.
Yeah, well,
and where are they going with it?
I haven't seen anything since they started doing the remakes, like 10 years ago.
Which is Drag Me to Hell part of the franchise?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was curious if that was. So I thought it's along those lines. I thought it kind of fit in there a little bit because I could have swore that was a Sam Raimi thing. But maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I filled in a blind spot. The Thing from 1982 with Kurt Russell.
Yes.
What a classic. What a classic. The visual effects are great because they're actual practical effects. Just the best kind of sci-fi movie in regards to one of those things where you're kind of deserted, where they're at Antarctica and you just no one trusts each other kind of thing. I thought that was just great. It was so good. I liked that a lot. It was really, really good. And it makes you go, when I had the mistake of watching the remake, which it's not a remake. It's actually a prequel is what it is.
Okay.
And it makes you understand the very ending of that one that's from like 2000s. I don't know where it came out. It kind of leaves off right where the 1982 one picks up.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was really good, though. I really liked it. Kurt Russell was awesome. He was so good in that.
I haven't seen all of it. I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, no, I highly recommend it. So good. Especially for being a sci-fi fan. Definitely like that one. And then I went on a kick. Since I watched that one, I went and watched the 1931 Frankenstein with Boris Karloff.
Okay.
Have you ever seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Okay. Have you read the book?
No.
Okay, I didn't either. It was not required reading. My kids, it's required reading for him this year in English class. So I'm interested in hearing his take on it. So I'm glad I watched it. My first big gripe was they changed the name of Frankenstein. His name is Henry Frankenstein instead of Victor Frankenstein. So a minor nitpick on my part.
Yeah.
But I'm like, huh. And then I guess my biggest exposure to Frankenstein is obviously Young Frankenstein, which we've both seen probably thousands of times.
Yeah.
And I go, I love Young Frankenstein so much more than this movie, but it's just two different things, right? And this is a classic. They changed Igor's name, and not Igor from the Young Frankenstein. His name is Fritz in this movie, so they changed the names of some of the characters, which I didn't like. And then there's this one scene in it where I guess I didn't know. I don't even know if this is part of the book, and I'll be curious to know if it is part of the book. Because obviously in the classic of Frankenstein, the monster is basically he gets chased down by the townspeople want to destroy the monster, right?
Yeah.
But do you know why they wanted to destroy the monster?
No.
He meets this little girl playing by a pond, and she's playing with him and like meets him, doesn't treat him like a monster or anything like that.
Yeah.
He picks the kid up and throws the kid in the pond, and the kid can't swim. He drowns the child. The monster drowns the child. You just see him pick up the kid, throw it in there. You don't see the kid again until the dad's carrying her dead body into the town to the mayor of the town.
Oh, wow. He's the original Lenny.
I never knew that was a story, but I thought it was just there was a monster, and maybe he was killing people, or, you know. And then my biggest exposure to Frankenstein was Young Frankenstein. I was waiting for the scene where he meets the blind man. I thought that was a real scene from the movie. They just kind of remade it a little bit more funny.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't meet a blind man at all. I'm like, oh my God, I'm facing a classic novel of Mel Brooks. I understand why it's a classic, though. I do. It's got a great feel to it. I enjoyed it. It's a classic story. You feel bad for the monster because he has no control over what he's doing. He doesn't know what he did to the kid. He really didn't know. I think he thought he was playing. It's not like he murdered the kid on purpose kind of thing. It's that whole God complex. That's the main thing of the book is who are we to play God, I think. You know, trying to get the whole meaning of the book kind of thing. But Jay, I felt so bad because I gasped aloud. I went, oh, that's why I never saw this movie before. They drowned a kid. They killed a kid in a 1931 movie. Like, you don't usually see that kind of stuff. Like, normally you like pan away from what happens to a child. Like if something bad's about to happen to a kid, you don't really see that in movies. Like in a movie where like a baby gets murdered or something like that, which is way over the top. No one ever wants to see that. Back in 1931, throw the kid in the lake and then watch it drown a little bit. That's what happened. God, it was awful. But yeah, I mean, it's a classic, so I thought I'd share that. I watched that, and then I watched another black and white film from the 50s. It Came from Outer Space.
Okay.
I think that's a sci-fi classic because, man, it touches on a lot of things. It's basically like, I would think it's an inspiration for Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Where it takes the place of actual people in the town, and it's all about, you know, people's fears of the unknown. They don't understand what they don't know. So I think it probably was, back then, it had an allegory of many different topics of the time.
Yeah.
And I just think it was a predecessor for a lot of sci-fi movies. It was cool seeing the practical effects and how they tricked film, you know, to do cool little effects. And you could definitely see that they used miniatures for some of the explosions and whatnot. So that was kind of fun seeing that.
Yeah.
It's just, I sat there watching, wondering if I could ever get my children to watch a movie like this. No way in hell would they ever make it through it, because it's too slow and there's not enough action going on, and it just doesn't look the same as everything else. I think getting kids to sit through classic movies these days is going to be a big problem. I don't think they could ever do it.
See, my kids are somewhat interested in, like, I showed Will some clips from Chaplin movies.
Sure.
And I'm like, would you even sit down to watch them like this? He's like, I think I would. He thinks he'd like it, so we're going to give it a try.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm talking about the majority. I mean, if you're not watching a 10 or a 30-second clip on TikTok these days, I don't know if many kids can get through much of anything.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's see. So I got a lot, dude. Let's see. Pet. I watched a movie called Pet. Thriller movie. Has one of the hobbits from Lord of the Rings in it. And it was weird. It's a weird movie. I've been trying to watch my thrillers and horror movies for Halloween coming up, and this one was a little out there. Not sure if I recommend it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's not that it was bad. I just don't know. Let's see. What else? A couple more. The Mist. I rewatched The Mist. Jen had never seen it.
Okay.
And I go, you noticing any of the characters in here? And she saw all the Walking Dead people. I was like, yeah, because Frank Darabont directed it, and Frank Darabont was the showrunner of Walking Dead when it originally came out. So Carol's in it. Yeah. Andrea's in it. God, who else is in? Not Daryl. The old guy, Jay.
Dale.
Dale's in it. Yeah, Dale's in it. So I'm just pointing out all these guys that are from Walking Dead in there. She's like, oh my God, look at all those people. Yeah. And then the ending, which you've seen The Mist, right?
I don't know if I have. It's Thomas Jane and Stephen King, right?
Give it a rewatch.
Okay.
It's good. It's really good. I like that one a lot. And even saying it's really good, most people probably won't say that, but I just like it. How about that? I like it a lot. This one I really liked. I really, really like this one. Called House of the Devil. Okay. Great horror movie for Halloween coming up because it was made, I want to say, in early 10s, maybe 2000, somewhere in the 10s, 2000s range, Yeah. And Ty West was the director. He's been doing a lot of really good stuff in the horror genre. Yeah. And your gal Greta Gerwig is one of the actresses in it. Okay. So she makes one of her first appearances ever before she turned over to just being a director. Yeah. And he even got Dee Wallace to be in it. I don't know if you know the name Dee Wallace, but she was the main actress in Cujo. Okay. So he got some names in his movie, and this one is just, it's a quick movie. It's very predictable, but a lot of good suspense in it. And it's not like that he did any groundbreaking stuff in it. It was just cool because he gave it the aesthetic of an 80s horror movie in the 2000s. Everything about it screams 80s horror. And I'm like, that's the way to do it, man, because that's the prime of all horror movies is the 80s. Yeah. So, really good movie, in my opinion. Well worth the watch. Nothing in there too much that, like, you're one kid that's into horror. There's nothing here that would say, no, she's not allowed to watch that. Yeah. And it gives you the 80s nostalgia. If she really wants to get into horror, guys, really dive into the 80s. Let me say that one more time. This one was good. This one would be right up your alley, I think. This one's called The Sacrament. It's as though it's Vice reporters going in to talk about a sanctuary city, and it's based off of the Jonesboro massacre. Okay. So light. It's inspired by, not based on, but inspired by a true story. Yeah. Just good, almost like filmed almost like found footage, but not. Has a little bit of a change there, a little twist there in regards to found footage. I don't know if I want to call it that, but really enjoyable. It's just one of those where you go, oh boy.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's got a sad ending to it. But the fact that it was based on a true story, it's like something like that actually happened was like, whoa,
yeah,
just craziness. And then 2 more, and I'll be done. And then this one I wanted to kind of recommend, Totally Killer.
Okay.
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
It was fun, just a fun little Amazon movie. There's some recognizable faces in there. Not scary by any means. More like a whodunit. More in the vein of like it's an homage to the 90s horror movies.
Yeah.
Kind of like the whodunit 90s movies. That's kind of how I look at it. But then it's based in the 80s.
Okay, I've seen this one pop up on.
Yeah, it's time travel. It's a time travel one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. I think it's worth the watch. It's background movie, totally background movie.
Yeah.
Nothing I'd go out of my way to watch or anything like that. It's okay. It's okay. Just if you're looking for stuff to get in the mood for Halloween, that's the one. I didn't mind that one. I've liked everything I've watched to get myself in the mood for Halloween, but then I finally broke away from that. And so I'll give you my last review because I'm in the middle of watching something before we started talking.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of Covenant, and so far I'm loving the Covenant. It's really good so far. Yeah. So I'm going to give that a recommendation so far. I don't know if it'll change. I doubt it does. The one that was more interesting than I thought it would be, and I wanted you to send me your list so that we could talk about these because I'll watch anything. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I started towards the top, and Beanie Bubble was on your list.
Yeah,
it's on Apple TV. This is probably one of the better ones I watched out of all the ones I watched. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did, but man, it's something about Apple and their productions. They do a hell of a job. Yeah, they do a really good job. And what made this one hit close to home was my mom was super into this shit because she worked at Hallmark at the time.
Yeah.
So I get to use my employee discount. She still has so many of these fucking things. I was like, I'm gonna burn them. They're not even worth the material they're made out of.
No, not anymore.
Oh, Jay, it's good. You're gonna enjoy that. Okay. I don't want to talk too much about it other than say it's on your list. So you said you wanted to watch it. I'm trying to give you the thumbs up and saying, yeah, you should probably go ahead and give that a watch. And I think I've seen almost just about. I was going to ask you some questions on your list. The Saint of Second Chances. Which one was that one?
That was the one about Bill Veck's kid.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely need to watch that one.
Yeah.
Reggie, is that a Reggie Bush thing or Reggie Jackson? Is that Reggie Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Hidden Strike. Which one's Hidden Strike?
That was John Cena and Jackie Chan.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch that one.
Yeah.
Outlaws. Which one's Outlaws?
That's what's the guy from Workaholics? Adam Devine.
Oh yeah, where his Pierce Brosnan is the in-law or whatever, right?
His future father-in-law. Yeah.
Is that a good one?
It's okay. It was fun.
Okay.
Nothing special, but good background movie.
Be As High is the one I really, that's right up my alley. You know that, so definitely want to watch that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get around to Dungeons and Dragons. That just doesn't do anything for me.
It was good. It was a fun movie.
But I'm looking at your list here.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, Air might be the best movie of the year.
Yeah.
After everything I'm seeing, like Jesus Revolution was really good. I don't think enough people give that credit for how good of a movie that is.
Yeah.
But man, Air is so good.
It is
so good. So yeah, no, I started because Aquaman hasn't come out yet. Asteroid City, nothing. I don't know if that's on a streaming service. I don't know. I didn't look at that one.
I thought I saw it on something, maybe Prime.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look again. I don't have any. I will not watch Barbie. Sorry, this is not for me. But yeah, so I went with Beanie Bubble, and I don't know what Beau is Afraid. What's that one about?
It's Joaquin Phoenix. It's he's kind of a recluse, and someone in his family dies, and he's trying to get back for the funeral, and it's kind of like a comedy horror type thing.
Yeah,
it popped up on a bunch of lists, so I threw it on mine. Just if I get to it, I get to it.
Blackberry I'll be watching Blackberry. I will definitely watch that. But that I can only buy that one. That's the only thing I saw. I think otherwise, I don't know. I don't think I saw it on a streaming service.
No, I don't think it is yet. I think it's still in theaters.
Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, you could. But maybe it's a pre-order is what I was seeing then.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Okay. Regardless, I'll be watching that one.
Yeah.
I know Dumb Money is the GameStop movie, right?
And I think it's supposed to be funnier than it is serious.
Oh, okay. Elemental, I can tell you, my youngest loves it. She's watched it like 10 times. I've watched a few clips of it. And it's just it wasn't for me.
It's one of those things.
I can't watch Expendables. So I've never seen any other Expendables.
No, they're dumb fun.
Yeah. Extraction, I like the first one, so I'll watch the second one.
I never saw the first one, so I have to watch both.
Yeah, Extraction, the first one's good. Ferrari, want to see that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Flamin' Hot's about the Cheetos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch that one. I saw a preview for that. I don't have any interest in Gran Turismo. I don't.
Again, it's one of those ones, if I see it, I see it.
I want to read Hunger Games before I watch it. I'll skip the one that we definitely need to talk about before we end the podcast. I know we're going long, but I want to talk about that one. You need to watch the rest of the John Wicks before you watch 4.
Yeah, I haven't seen 3 yet.
The Kill Room. That sounds familiar. Last Voyage of Demeter. That's the horror movie. That's the Dracula one. Kobe is the 81 Point Game. Meg 2. I tried to watch the first Meg like 3 times. And I can't get through the damn thing.
If you don't take it too seriously, it's pretty good.
You put on Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, but it's Dead Reckoning is the one that you want to watch.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I just went off memory on this. Kill Room is with Maya Hawke, Uma Thurman, Sam Jackson. It's a hitman, his boss, an art dealer, and a money laundering scheme.
Okay. Sam Jackson. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I won't go through it. You have a lot here. Rebel Moon, obviously, that's the one. I want to watch Sound of Freedom so bad.
Yeah.
I heard that's so good. Strays is on Prime or something like that, isn't it? Or is it Peacock or something?
It might be on Peacock. I don't have Peacock right now, so.
Strays looks interesting. Looks like it could be funny.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
Sweetwater looked like an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Could have swore I saw Toxic Avenger on Prime.
Might have been the original, because they've got the new one with Tyrion Lannister as the Toxic Avenger. Okay.
So, hey, and when I'm not hidden, I didn't say every single one you have on your list here. The Wrath of Becky. Did you see the first Becky?
No.
Okay, Wrath of Becky is the sequel, just to give you a heads up.
Okay. I listened to a podcast with Sean William Scott on it, so.
I did too. What was that?
Rosenbaum.
Inside of You?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that was a good one. That was a really good one. I'm really interested in seeing Wrath of Becky. Wrath of Becky sounds better than the first Becky.
Yeah.
But that just might have been him selling the movie pretty well. And Paint is what's his name as?
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson as Bob Ross, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Oppenheimer's obviously Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Get around to that when that comes out. So yeah, this is a long list, dude. There's a lot to watch on here. Oh my gosh, that's just 23. Holy crap!
But I mean, some of them will just be background movies. Some of them I really want to see. Right. So
yeah. But I'm looking at this. I can't wait to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
To see if that's the best movie of the year. Because otherwise, out of this whole list, I'm sorry, the one that we really didn't talk about, Iron Claw.
Oh my god!
Talk about a trailer. Oh my god, that's going to be a great A24 movie. It's going to be so. I think I might be getting overhyped though. I'm probably going to get let down because I'm so excited about that one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The cast is amazing. We didn't even see MJF.
I know, right? So it's just got that feel of an A24. They casted the dad. That guy who's the dad in the movie, he's in he's a character actor. He's in a lot of movies. And he just seems so perfectly casted for that.
Oh, I know.
And then he ranks the order in which he loves his sons boom, drama right there at the kitchen table. What? And then Efron, holy crap, that dude got ripped for this movie.
Oh, I know.
And I don't think you can get away with body makeup for that shit. I don't think you can get away with that. I don't think so. I think he got... So
on the YouTube trailer, all the comments at the bottom, someone puts, I want to see Jeremy Allen White in something where he has a normal family.
Oh man, was he in Shameless?
Yes,
that's what he's from. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah.
Shameless, The Bear.
Have you watched that?
What?
Have you watched Shameless?
I've seen the first season and a half, and it was pretty good. I just haven't gone back to finish.
I think it's like 7 seasons though. That's why there's just I don't know if I have time for 7 seasons.
Yeah.
That's now my wife, on the other hand, who's watched almost every season of Gilmore Girls in like it feels like a month. Jay, 7 seasons is like 20 some odd episodes. That was a CW show, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's crushed through that. I know. Where do you find when she's brushing her teeth on the phone? I'm like, oh my god.
My wife did the same thing with it.
She did for real.
A couple of years ago, but
Gilmore Girls and Females, dude. Oh my god, I watched some of that with her. It just. Sitting on the couch reading something while she's watching it, I was like, first of all, this is not appropriate for kids at all. And then second, these are some of the most horrible people in the world. They are awful, awful people.
Yeah.
Really bad. I don't like these people at all.
What makes it worse is they watched it a couple years ago, and Madeline watched it with her.
Oh, she was too young for some of the from later seasons. I'll tell you that. From what I hear, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's like, my daughters are not watching this.
There were some episodes they turned off, and then started back up when those topics were gone.
Oh Lord! Oh my god! Good old C-Dub. What up, C-Dub? What up? So, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a lot of movies. I'm sorry it took so long to go through them all. But I also want to go through your list because I think we definitely need to talk about that trailer, about how awesome that was.
God,
that was
such
so
a good
trailer. I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah.
Can't wait. That comes out in December. So they're really shooting for an Oscar, I think, because they're doing the December release. I was like, I see what you're doing there.
Like
Gonna get that Christmas money, too.
Week before Christmas.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So, all right. Other than that, nope, sir, that's all I got for you.
All
right, man. Until next time, I'll talk to you.
See you.
All right, see you.
Thanks for listening. You can find us on our website, Nyrdcast.com. It's Nyrdcast. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by searching @Nyrdcast. The intro music is The Other Side by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, a Mad Dog remix made by Madeline Tierney. This week's featured song is Little Sister by Burnt Tapes.